Hi everyone, welcome back. In this week's video, I'm looking at the brand new foundation launch from Clinique. It's called Even Better Refresh. It is dubbed as a hydrating and repairing makeup. Spoiler alert, I really like this. I'm going to apply it so you can see how it applies. I'll show you some swatches, talk you through the features and benefits, and just generally let you know my thoughts on it. So if you're interested in any of that, then please keep watching. Right, so I've got two of the shades here. There are 27 shades in the whole range. This is a long wear foundation. It promises 24 hours. Obviously, I have not tested that. And if I had, I wouldn't admit to it. It's a full coverage, which I love. Even though I probably don't always need a full coverage, I really enjoy having full coverage on my skin because I don't like my freckles. It's great on pores, really good. It contains salicylic acid, which is very refining and will also be good for anyone that has any kind of like skin issues like blemishes. It is great for smoothing out texture, but it also has hyaluronic acid, so it's plumping and smoothing. In addition to this, it contains peptides, so it also is an anti-aging foundation. So it's doing a lot. It's a nice kind of glowy finish. I'm wearing it now. I'm actually wearing shade 28 Ivory, which is the cool neutral tone. The other one I've got here, and I've got proper swatches of these in a blog post for you, which I'll link below, is Warm Neutral 69 Cardamom. But there's 27 shades in total. I don't have swatches of them all, unfortunately. Usually I like to do that in a blog post, but I only have these two samples. So Clinique are recommending that this is good for dry skin, dry combination and oily combination. I'm kind of dry combination and oily combination, so I literally am finding that I'm oily in places, although getting drier and drier as I get older. So some parts of my face are very dry. It's also oil-free, non-allergenic, and it claims not to clog pores. I've been using this for a few days now, and I really like it. I've used it quite a lot, and it does last. I found it lasts really well on the skin. So, and I love the finish. It's a kind of dewy finish. I haven't put any powder over this at all, and I'm happy with that because I'm a powder phobe. So, and it still lasts really, really well. And maybe a tiny bit of wear around the nose after a full day, but that's it as far as I'm concerned. So this really suits my skin type perfectly. So I'm just going to show you the two shades that I've got on my hand and show you the swatches. Again, you can see these in photos on the blog post. Okay, this one is shade Ivory. This one is Cardamom. As you can see, it's quite a creamy, full coverage kind of affair. That's my shade there, Ivory. So I'm just going to rewind a bit in time and show you how this applies onto my skin. So the shade I have that goes best with my skin is Ivory, which is a cool neutral tone. Yeah, so 28 Ivory, cool neutral. And I've been applying it with my fingers. I feel like this works really well. It instantly gives quite a good amount of coverage when I do that. It covers redness. Always have a bit of redness around the center panel of my face, and it really does well on knocking that out straight away, which you can probably see. So I kind of spread it all over just with fingers, which is something I've really been enjoying doing recently, just actually kind of working it in like a moisturiser almost, just to get it to really fuse with skin. It gives a nice skin perfecting coverage. It's quite good on pores, fine lines and wrinkles. And then I'm just going to use this is the Clinique foundation brush, actually like a buffing brush, which you'll have seen before that I've used on the blog, and just to kind of almost polish the finish into the skin. And it feels really hydrating because the main key features are, as I've probably mentioned already, the hyaluronic acid, but it's also great, and I've got a spot at the moment, so I really have been using this a bit to kind of make sure that's being sort of looked after. It's got salicylic acid in, which is really good for skin renewal, clearing pores, keeping skin looking clear, and refining texture of the skin as well. So it's kind of, it's looking after hydration and balancing as well, which is really nice. It's got a nice sort of luminous finish. And I'm just going to add a bit more on my chin because that's where I've got the most redness. Just going to buff it in. It's got a nice dewy finish, but it's not too dewy, and it's good on pigmentation as well. It's quite good on that spot, considering I haven't got any concealer on that. So I find that really easy to apply. As you can see, I've been loving using fingers. It's also nice just to use to buff off. So you could use, I think you probably get a fuller coverage with a brush rather than a beauty blender, although I haven't tried with a blender yet. But I really enjoy using the warmth of my fingers to really work a product in at the moment. Don't know why. Yes, what I really like about it is that it's really minimising on pores, which is good. I have a spot which is a lumpy one, so that's pretty hard to cover. I haven't had a spot for a while, so I'm a bit of a learner now when it comes to dealing with those, even though I used to have them all the time when I was younger. But I'm really reassured by the fact that it's got salicylic acid in, so I feel like it's not going to make my spot any worse, and it is getting smaller. It's the right side of dewy. It kind of sets itself, I think, with a kind of like moisturized feel. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. A little bit goes quite a long way. I've applied quite a lot, but you can kind of shear it out. And I mean, I actually had done my skincare quite a long time before applying this, so I would find that if you'd done a more of a fresh skincare, it would probably be kind of sheerer and glide more onto the skin, whereas it's kind of, because my skincare had completely set and it was like a couple of hours in between, this actually kind of went on in more of a matte way, if that makes sense, which I like, and it also means it's going to last longer on my skin. I'm really liking this. I haven't been testing it out long enough to know whether I like it more than my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, which has been my favourite for such a long time. I kind of hope it is, because it's getting boring just wanting and recommending the same foundation all the time. I feel like it's got more moisturisation in it, which is really nice, especially because my skin is quite dry and reactive at the moment, and it just feels like quite nourishing, and it makes my skin feel very plump and almost bouncy, which I always love. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't think I've missed too much out. The shades with Clinique are always a bit funny. I am Ivory in this shade, and I don't ever recall being Ivory in a Clinique foundation before. In fact, let me see. I was Alabaster in the Even Better Glow foundation, which I really like, although I think I might like this more. And in the original Even Better foundation from Clinique, I was shade 05, but I think I might have been quite a lot darker then, so not really sure. But the shades don't necessarily seem to correlate, and I know some of the shades from the Even Better Glow foundation have been dropped because there were 30 shades in that one. 30, I just held up 4 fingers. Don't know what that is, but there are 27 shades in this new launch. I really like the packaging though as well. This is super handy, easy to pack, easy to use, and you can probably get every last drop out of these. So yeah, all good. As I said, all the information is linked in the blog post that I wrote last week about this foundation. I'm going to pop that in the description box below. Let me know if you've got any questions at all, because I'm always happy to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave me any suggestions of any other videos you want to see, because that really helps me in working out what I'm going to do for the following weeks. And I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching.